Good morning, guys. I hope we're all sparkly. It's Sunday morning. I've already been to the gym, heavy leg session. I'm wearing my offensive Viking Just Kill It t-shirt. I run my German Shepherds. This is what TRT has done to me. It's made me a bit of a plonker. Well, listen, I was a bit of a plonker before. I don't care. What it's actually done is given me the drive, the determination, the motivation, the confidence to do what I want to do. So, there is no right or wrong answer here. Do you have to be a gym bro to be on TRT? No, don't be absurd. However, physical exercise is incredibly important. I've said it before, and I'll say it again. We are physical beings in a world full of psychological stress. And your hormones do not know the difference between physical and psychological well-being. So, that important business deal that is giving you angst as you're sat at your desk looking at that computer screen, you are releasing the same neurotransmitters and hormones that you would do if you were doing what you should be doing, and that's physical exercise. Let's go back to hunter-gatherer. Exercise is not really exercise. Exercise is activity, and that activity is to hunt and gather to attain what? The reward, which is food. So catabolism initiates anabolism. We are desperately seeking dopamine. However, our psychological stress essentially means we are always sympathetic, fighting and flighting with psychological stress, releasing all of these harmful neurotransmitters that really should be helping us, but they're not helping us because what? We're not physically active. And we have a preponderance to catabolism, and we never have the capacity and reserve to actually repair from this harmful process. So our anabolic processes predominate at nighttime. You've built up all of this psychological stress, these neurotransmitters and cortisols floating around your body. You can't sleep. You wake up even more tired for the day to go on and on and on. Rinse and repeat. So it's no wonder, even if you haven't been a naughty boy, that we are in this state. Add in endocrine dysregulators, add in unawareness of physiology, awareness that you are essentially seeking dopamine, and lots of people seek that through eating. Comfort eating, I've said it before and I'll say it again. So earn your reward. Nobody cares, work harder. Listen, TRT is not going to make you into somebody that you're not. Now, some people do feel as if they're going through a second puberty, which is quite funny, and they have to get a check on themselves because TRT, normalization of your male androgen levels, will bring out those personality traits that you have because that is you. Now, some of these traits may not be that attractive. So you have to get a check of yourself. Now, if you have awareness and insight into your behavior, then you can control your behavior. So, if you're a bit of a plonker, and you know you're a bit of a plonker in certain situations, just get a check of yourself. So hormones are the foundation. They are there to give you a sense of normality. Really, all they're doing is providing you with the tools and the foundations. Your character is your character. Now, I always talk about the glass half full, glass half empty discussion. Now, low testosterone is always glass half empty, and that's miserable. High testosterone is always glass half full. That sounds wonderful. because along with the glass half full high testosterone comes high dopamine. And we like dopamine. Life is all really simply about seeking dopamine. Now, lots of you naughty boys have done that and paid the price. However, dopamine will essentially downregulate eventually. And what is life all about? Contrast. It's the subjective appreciation of subtle changes in your physiology that can arise as a result of external stimuli and internal change. So internal change, what is that? Catabolism. So when you're on TRT, hopefully, if you're on a good protocol, aka microdosing, you will have stable male androgen levels. Now, there is a titration process in achieving stable male androgen levels. Say that 3 times really fast. But it is a rite of passage to get you there. As I said in a previous video, it isn't always easy. Now, what we have to do is titrate the dose according to the response. So, 2 weeks for the HCG, 4 to 8 weeks for the testosterone, and then there's a titration process. Then consider whether you're a chunky monkey and have to lose weight. Then consider whether you're inactive and become active, active and become inactive. There are lots of exogenous factors that will contribute to your sense of well-being, because it isn't simply about your dose of testosterone and HCG, it's about consistency. And that's one thing that we lack. And disappointingly, when we're struggling, we lack consistency. So we do turn to the dark side. Often people comfort eat when they're struggling. Why are you comfort eating? Because it provides comfort. Where does that comfort come from? Dopamine, insulin. So, what do we need to do? We need to realize the foundations outside of testosterone, estradiol, and DHT. Our lifestyle, reducing psychological stress, improving sleep hygiene, reducing alcohol consumption, looking at your nutrition every single day, physically active every single day. I've said it before and I'll say it again. Your body, your hormones do not care if it's the working week or the weekend. So, when you're on testosterone replacement therapy, your levels are stable if you attend the Men's Health Clinic. So there is a consistency in this profile. And if you change, so you're not physically active, your diet's bad, you're stressed, your sleep is dysregulated, you won't always feel sparkly. Because that's the very nature of life. What we're striving to achieve is balance and stability. And that comes from a level of consistency that we tend to lack. And we tend to lack that when we're struggling. And when do you need it most? When you're struggling. So guys with low testosterone are clearly struggling. Is testosterone going to change me? I feel rubbish. You've got to trust the process, because it takes time. And any negative symptoms, I promise you, are temporary. Now, these negative symptoms can feel pretty negative, but they are temporary. What should you do? Trust the process, look to address sleep hygiene, reduce stress, reduce alcohol. I said it before, I said it again. Every single video is the same, because this is fundamental. This is the key. This is the secret. So, TRT hopefully will reverse the negative symptoms that you've presented with. It will not change you into somebody that you're not. You don't have to worry about that. Now, some of these guys are really struggling and they really don't know what to do. Now, they've sought help, they've sought advice, and they still don't know whether it's the right decision. Now, what you've got to do is place your trust in somebody. So I would highly recommend placing your trust in somebody who knows his arse from his elbow and is not simply trying to sell you testosterone replacement therapy. I will not give you testosterone replacement therapy on a whim. It is a considered decision. It is based on the qualitative markers and the quantitative markers. And we always try and reverse anything that can be reversed to improve your male androgen profile without you needing to commit to TRT if we can. Because TRT is a lifelong commitment. Now that shouldn't put you off, because if you need TRT, you need TRT. And you will feel great if you do what? You put the work in, you understand that you need to do what? Earn your reward.